Hello, my name is Nick Turner, and for this assignment, I created my piece of artwork that I titled Questions of the Universe. And for this assignment, I wanted to replicate sort of a space and environment. I wanted it to be mysterious, and I also wanted it to fully cover the page. So I went with undefined borders, as you can see here. Pre Pretty random whenever I drew them, but yeah, so let's dive into this first quote. It says, everything was done in questions, and I wanted to put this out there as the opening statement just to kind of get the readers thinking, and also to kind of start out with that mysterious vibe that I was trying to achieve. And then second part of that quote says, the cause not known. So again, I'm trying to get the reader to think about all the mysteries out there in the world that are still unsolved, or that we may think are solved but still aren't. And then for the images that I drew for this assignment, as you can see here, I wanted to go with a space theme, so I tried to draw objects from space. This was supposed to be a star, but it turned out to be more of a nebula, galaxy, cloud type image that's very abstract. And then here we are on the second page already. Wow. I have again the undefined borders, all blacked out like space, stars everywhere. And in this one, the quote that I use starts out by saying, "Person in charge to investigate," as you can see here. And I wanted to kind of bring it down to a more personal level for the readers. And I'll explain in the next part, but I refer to myself as the one who is in charge to investigate, and I wanted that to kind of be something that all the readers could relate to and put themselves in my shoes. So here you go, the bottom quote just is I. I was looking for a U, to be honest, but the I spaced out a lot better, and it works still. So, and then here is the image that I drew. It is the Earth. Well, it could be any planet. I was thinking the Earth, and it's pointing towards the reader. And I wanted to go. I was thinking of Uncle Sam when I drew this, but universe is waiting for you to investigate. And the third page. Here, again, undefined borders, black, lots of stars, going for the space theme. And at the top of this one, I have written a new life to be. And this is something that I thought was cool. It kind of proposes this idea of pursuing a new life despite how uncertain the future may be. It's all about just taking that leap of faith into a new, uncertain journey. And here's the astronaut that I tried to draw, kind of hurtling through space uncontrollably, just, doing his own thing, really. Completely out of control. And I was actually very proud of this drawing. Thought it was pretty accurate, and you can actually tell that it's a astronaut. And then this is something I added in the last second. It's just a little quote bubble. It says, "Come back." I thought it was neat, a little funny, as if someone's trying to call the astronaut back to orbit despite him being, lost in space. And the next page, probably my least favorite page, to be honest. I just was running out of space ideas, and I drew the sun, or what's supposed to be the sun, at the bottom, and just to sun is the center of life. And for the quote, I have written, or boxed in, sorry, the courage to question the happiness of life. And I was just kind of thinking about this. We have this very distinct idea of happiness, and sometimes the best thing to do is just try to find something new to make you happy. And the fifth page, this again, undefined borders. We're still lost in space. The quote that I have here, it's a relatively short one, but I thought it was effective and to the point. And it says, "Time passing slowly." And I boxed this in because it's a very broad phrase, but we have to remember in outer space, it's forever expanding. And that means that time is passing by a whole lot faster out there, and or slower, I'm sorry. Almost infinitely slower. And I have this hourglass written just to kind of remind the reader that this hourglass is never going to run out in space, because space is forever expanding and time is completely different once we leave Earth. And the final page is the most wordy, but also one of the most difficult to explain. As you can see, I have the grave, a little comet drawn to remind the reader that we're still in space if they had forgotten or gotten lost. And the words that I chose to box in for this one are "the past with a sting, crossed with the sacred grave." The first half of that is more important. Past with a sting, everyone's got a little sting in their past. I don't think there's anyone out there that doesn't. The sacred grave is referring to this grave right here that I've drawn, and this grave says "remembered lonely" on the gravestone. And I just thought this was a cool little neat idea to add. Just an idea of a tombstone of someone that was so miserable and so lonely that the only thing that could be written on their stone is "remembered lonely." And that's all the time we have for today, folks. I'm going to be working on a new Pikachu in the future, and hope you all can tune into that one too. Take care.